Welcome to Indian Human Rights Organization. This is the introductory class of human rights. And in this class, we would learn the definitions of human rights. The definitions from different persons, different organizations. And we also learn, are human rights something that can be taken away from us? And if someone can take away human rights, who are they and what are the conditions? We would also learn the types of human rights. So without wasting any time, we would directly start today's class, the introduction to human rights. Watch the complete video and do subscribe our channel Indian Human Rights Organization to get the next lessons on human rights. This course is developed for the existing members and the newly joined members and each and everyone who want to learn what are human rights and how human rights work. So let us start today's lesson. The definition of human rights. Now, how we should define human rights? Before we try to define human rights, we should know that what other people have already defined human rights. In 1993, an act came out to provide the constitution of a National Human Rights Commission, state human rights commissions in states, and human rights courts for the better protection of human rights and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. And the act is known as the Protection of Human Right Act 1993. In this 1993 act, human rights are defined as the right relating to life, liberty, equality and dignity of individual guaranteed by the Constitution. Now understand this. If some rights are mentioned in our Constitution, then we are guaranteed of those rights. It is not that all the rights we would enjoy which are prescribed by United Nations, but the only rights that are given in our Constitution. So there is the limitation. The first definition itself says that yes, we have some limitations, and the limitations are on our Constitution. So if our Constitution gives some rights, then only we would enjoy those rights. Or embodied, wait, there is something also embodied in international covenants and enforced by courts in India. So first of all, there is one unknown phrase, that is international covenants. What is international covenant? Now try to understand. In the act itself, it is defined. International covenants means the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations on the 16th December 1966. And such other covenant or convention adopted by the General Assembly of United Nations as the central government may by notification specify. So passively or indirectly we are trying to say simply that the government is the deciding body that what would be the rights to be given on you as a human being. So if you are a human being and you want everything, then it is not possible, my dear, to give you the all possible rights that you want. There are limitations. So from the first definition we came to know that there are specific rights, not that humans have ultimate rights. No, there are animals in this planet, there are birds in this planet, there are insects in this planet, so everybody have their own rights. So we have some limited rights. Okay, now come to the next definition of human rights. Now we would talk about a person who was one of the leaders of United Nations, the former Secretary General Kofi Annan. And what did he say? He said that human rights are foreign to no culture. What does it mean? It simply means that human rights are for everyone, for every nation, whoever it is. If you are one human, then you have some human rights. And native to all nations. So human rights are native. Human rights are of the land for every region, for every nation. They are universal. They are for everybody. Then we would read the definition, read the elaboration by Susan Okin. What he said: human rights as a claim to something of crucial importance for human life. So in human life we need human rights. Now why we are talking about human rights and why human rights are so important? Understand, there was time in the pre-World War when people are treated as animals. They were killed, they were sexually abused, they were tortured, they were the slaves. So there was human trade. And we would also discuss something I know you have heard called Holocaust. It was the genocide of European Jews during World War II between 1941 to 1945. So we would read all these things later on in the later lessons. Now we would know the types of human rights, but before that let us know that that are human rights something to be taken away. Human rights are the basic rights. So human rights are basic, primary, it is for everyone, and freedom that belong to every person in the world from birth until death. So if you are born as a human child, you have human rights. They can never be taken away. So nobody can take your human rights forever. But yes, sometimes the human rights can be restricted. So we can restrict human rights, but when? If a person breaks the law or the national securities. So if you do something that is the threat on national security, or you break the law of the land, then your human rights can be taken away. You can be taken behind the prison. Apart from these, there are reasons when human rights are restricted. For example, in the case of a national emergency. In the case of national emergency, the human rights can be restricted for some time. And we have seen these kinds of things in the near history. And in this contemporary time, I think you can understand that human rights are highly violated in a number of nations. We can name some of the nations. For example, North Korea. For example, Afghanistan. And there are a number of other nations too who are highly violating human rights. And why the other nations? In our nation, we also see people are suffering, people are getting trouble to have their basic rights, and we all are fighting together to bring the human rights in existence. Now we would discuss the types of human rights. There are major three types of human rights: the civil and political rights. In civil and political rights, we have right to life, right to liberty, right to privacy, right to freedom from torture, and inhuman treatments. So all these are in civil and political rights. In the later video, we would understand deeply, we would understand elaborately what are civil and political rights, the definition, the characteristics, the applications, all these kind of things. Next we have economic and social rights. What are economic and social rights? The right of food, clothes, house, of adequate standard. So the adequate standard of living is also the social right of a human. And freedom from hunger. But sadly, we are talking about human rights, we are talking about rights to have food and freedom from hunger, but so many people are starving in our country. So this is sad. Collective human rights, the next. What are collective human rights? Right to self-determination, right to peace and development, and all these kind of rights. Now, I hope you have gathered the basic idea of human rights. And you know now that what is human rights, the term, the meaning, the types. So all these things are now clear to you. Thank you so much for listening us. Keep attending each and every lesson, and the material for all the classes would be available on our groups. If you want to join Indian Human Rights Organization, just visit our website and be a part of Indian Human Rights Organization. Thank you so much. This is Avila Mukhopadhyay with you. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.